Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to Apartment 210. So I know that we've wanted to do this for a long time, but we frankly haven't. This is our first time trying it out, and hopefully we'll be doing this more often and probably at a different day other than Wednesdays, but for now we'll be putting this up Wednesdays along with our other videos. So up until then, let's talk about what this is. So Heart to 10 is pretty much us talking about things within our daily lives, topics that involve your mental health, your spiritual health, and or your physical health. Things that pretty much involve our life. In Apartment 210, one of the things that we express a lot is that we want to help you guys as well. We want to talk about the things that may not be talked about within your friend group. Mental health, spirituality, and other such things. And we want to get your life to 10. Hey! Alright, anyways.
No, I like that.
Heart to 10. So yeah, so let's get started. Today I have here with me Yoshi and Manny, and we will be starting off our Heart to 10 first topic, breakups. Breakups, yes. Not the full spectrum of breaking up, because obviously if we were to get into that,
it would take forever.
Yeah. But let's talk about breaking up, because I'm sure that many of our fans out there and our viewers
have gone through breakups. Or is currently going through a breakup.
Or will be going through a breakup.
Or will be going through a breakup.
So let's talk about the different aspects of things. We all experience breakups very differently.
Yes, that's something we've come to realize. You know, and it's also the different types of breakups, different people, but it's what you do with that after, I think, is what's important.
Yeah. So first, I just want to say that I personally think that if someone breaks up with you, they're doing you a favor. Truly, I feel that. I know that's gonna
something that could be hard to see, you know, when you're in the midst of it, but
they're actually doing you a favor. And I know there's gonna be a very unpopular opinion, and everyone's gonna be like, you know, you gotta fight for the things you want, etc.
But that's what it is. It's an opinion.
Yeah. Right. Well, my main thing about it is with a breakup, if you force being with someone so hard, chances are you're probably not meant to be with them to begin with. You know, and if someone breaks up with you, they're technically doing you a favor because they're cutting off the pain here, as opposed to letting you get carried on with being sad, being well, not even being sad.
Elongating
that whole thing.
Yeah, because in the end, if you guys were meant to break up at the end of all things, and you guys drag it on for longer, then it would hurt much more.
100%. 100%.
So I get where you're coming from.
So would you say, like, how would you guys propose is the best way to deal with being broken up too?
Ice cream.
No, just kidding. Yeah, that you could eat your pain away.
No, that is the worst way to do it. But I mean, there's so many things, right? I personally go to an anger place first. I get kind of like, and I use that anger though to fuel my passion or whatever it is, and it's kind of like, no, I'm gonna show you what you lost, kind of thing. And that's initially a good thought to have. But it's not something that will drive you and push you out of that hole, I think. You gotta kind of like see it as something it's like a home improvement kind of thing. Let's view this in a house thing.
Yeah.
Something happens to your house, a natural disaster, whatever, right? You take that moment to make your house better. You're not gonna go bring it back to what it was. You make your house a little better. Why not, right? You might as well. So I think that's something that we could take into our own personal life, right?
I would say that I agree with you with all of it, except for that one thing that you said, that it's not good in the long run, it's good in the initial run. I think it's actually better in the long run than it is in the initial run.
Interesting.
Yeah, because personally, wanting to be like, hey, see what you missed out on, eventually that feeling is gonna fade as your feelings for that person will fade. So technically, you're just doing good for your life.
No, that's what I mean. What I mean, that's exactly what I mean.
Oh, that's
I'm saying that is your initial thought, right? But as you, if that is still your drive, like, I'm gonna get good to, you know, because of you, whatever, and that fizzles away because you don't care that much about that person or what they think anymore, then your motivation goes away. No, what I'm saying is, you know,
there you go.
Yeah. So we're on the same page. Yeah. We're just saying it different ways.
Yeah, and to be honest,
you guys understood that.
If someone out there is going through a breakup and they're like, I want to get back with this person, how should I do it? What would you recommend? Would you even recommend getting back with that person?
Well, I think it's tough to say because it's hard to say, you know. Sometimes it can be a good thing and other times it can be a bad thing.
Yeah.
And in a certain sense, I feel like when it comes down to you have to be logical, right? In a relationship, you have to look back in a relationship and see, was there anything that you guys, truly disagreed upon, or just something that you can't continue living on with?
Yeah. Was it a character thing that made you guys break up, or was it like a little mistake?
Right, exactly. At the same time, like you're also emotional.
Yeah.
So it's hard to, gauge whether or not you're thinking logically.
Yeah, and that's also the main thing that I want to say too, is like, I know a lot of people out there who go through breakups and are like, oh my gosh, what am I gonna do? I freak out, I panic, everything sucks. Everything will probably suck for a while. I'm not gonna lie to you and say that like, dude, don't worry about it, you're gonna be fine. It's gonna suck. It's gonna suck a lot for a while. But if you look at that breakup and think about like why you guys are breaking up, maybe it might help you feel better about what's going on.
Right.
Yeah, because at the end of the day too, it's like, when I say that it's good when somebody breaks up with you, it's preventative, really. Like if someone was going to break up with you, there's a reason why they're going to break up with you. And I think a lot of people have the opinion of, if someone breaks up with me, I am the one that screwed it up. I can fix something, so let me be the one that fixes it. Please come back. That mentality, I think, is extremely...
So skewed. It's such a skewed mentality and perspective because it's not your fault. I mean,
partially. I'm sure
there's something. It takes two for everything, right?
Sure, yeah.
It could be that, yes, they broke up with you because if there was something that you were doing wrong, they broke up with you because of that. Then again, that's how we go back to the whole home improvement thing. You improve upon yourself.
Yeah.
And if you do really want to be back with that person for some reason, and it's only, you guys only broke up because of that one thing that you were doing wrong.
Like if you cheated on somebody, obviously you're the one that needs to fix that.
Yeah, but I feel like if you've cheated on somebody, then maybe you don't even get with that person anymore. You need a clean slate. You don't want something that's got that.
You don't want to start it off wrong.
Yeah.
Like, again, or
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also the thing too is like with the whole putting yourself at fault. Why I say it's so toxic is because this is the thing that happens with a lot of breakups. You end up going into this toxic mindset of just self-deprecating of like, I screwed it up, I'm not good enough. Whereas a lot of the times when somebody breaks up with you, it just wasn't meant to be. It just was not right to begin with. Like if my personality is like this and Yoshi's personality is like this, and we get along perfectly, there you go, this is more perfectly. We get along perfectly, then this is fine. But a lot of the times people think that two people like this, this is a bad.
Yeah, I see where you're going with this.
What I'm saying is like if two puzzle pieces don't fit, you can't force them to fit.
Because you're gonna have to break a piece off the other person to make it fit.
Exactly. And you shouldn't be giving up too much of yourself.
Right. You should be like, we talked about this, is you should be a whole person yourself.
Yeah.
And get with another whole person, and through that you create this thing where you raise each other up in a certain sense.
Yeah. So if you are going through a breakup and things are really, really bad, one of the things I would highly suggest to not do is do not look at their stuff. First things first.
Right.
Do you guys have any experience?
Oh yeah, first-hand experiences. Yeah, the moment you look at those things, right, it reminds you of all the good times that you had. Because of course you're not going to remember the bad times, right? Because when you're in that state.
Even if it's plentiful.
Yeah, that is key to remember.
Exactly. Like even if you always remember the good stuff, right? Because you, in that sense, when you're in that state, you're lonely and you only want to remember the good stuff.
Yeah.
And so that's not very beneficial, because if you only remember the good stuff, you'll forget about all of this, the negative things that happen, and you won't be able to see these things like through.
Truthfully,
Yes, exactly. Truthfully.
Yeah. So all in all, I think the main thing that I gotta say is if you're going through a breakup and you're going through a hard time, first of all, don't check their stuff. Avoid that at all costs. Try to not talk to them and just try to build yourself up first.
Find a group.
That's actually a really good thing that I want to talk about too. Unfortunately, we don't have any more time for today. Next week, we'll be talking about platonic relationships. So tune in, or maybe not even next week, maybe in 2 weeks, who knows. But join in and subscribe if you like what you saw. Give us a thumbs up. Where can we find you guys online?
You can find me at Manny Shih on all the social media platforms.
At Yoshi_Sudarso at any social media platform.
And you can find me at Peter S. Adrian on any social media platform. Thank you for joining us, guys, and that is 210 out.